Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to do a long introduction in this video. I'm not going to keep the crucial information till the end because you'll be able to Google it faster anyway. So let's put it straight. GTA 6 got delayed into 2026, but it actually got a proper release date. The game is coming out on May 26, 2026. The end. No. Wait, let's try to answer some questions. Why was the game delayed? Who will benefit from that, and who will actually be the victim of Rockstar? Because this delay might also mean bad things for us as players in an unexpected way. Let's go. First of all, let me give you the full information that Rockstar shared publicly today, because it's not a lot. Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release on May 26, 2026. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games. There is not a lot to unpack here, to be fair, because the message is pretty straightforward. We need to have more time to finish the game up to a certain standard. And that is absolutely correct. There is no other game that has that high level of demand as GTA 6 has. Remember, GTA 5 sold over 210 million units, and expectations for GTA 6 are set at an unprecedented level. Analysts expect the game to make $3.2 billion within the first year, twice as much as GTA 5 did. The only game that could probably compete with GTA in those terms is maybe Minecraft 2. If that project would ever actually be needed, I don't think it will be for a long while, because Minecraft is actually the best-selling game of all time. So we have enormous expectation, enormous demand for this being a game as close to perfection as possible, especially amidst some people saying that the game could cost even up to $100. But I don't believe that the base game would do that, though if you are interested in the topic, then definitely check out my other video on what would be the consequences of GTA 6 costing $100. I also asked the editor-in-chief of GameStar to provide his perspective on this, so you'll see him in this video here and there, but to make things easier, we did the AI translation of his voice, so please excuse the unusual way he is included in this video. But to start it off, here is Heiko Klinge's comment on the situation.
That GTA 6 would be delayed was to be expected for many industry insiders. Jason Schreier already gave a bit of a hint about it. I always suspected it myself, simply because Rockstar has consistently included these delays in their recent releases as well. And especially because Rockstar can afford it. This title's immense relevance makes it a truly exceptional case, one that stands out significantly. They can get away with almost anything, except a botched release.
Okay, but what would be the exact reasons for delaying GTA 6 into next year? Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the content of the game itself. It's too late to introduce any big changes into the project of this scale. This sounds more like an issue of polishing the game to perfection. And while releasing the game in less than ideal state, and that's putting it mildly, is the usual thing that happens with PC ports of Rockstar's games, their console versions are usually really good. Just remember what happened with Red Dead Redemption 2. It was unimaginable that you can get this level of visuals and performance out of that generation of consoles. And since GTA 6 is only coming to consoles at this point, then it's fair point to expect them to work on the final touches and the performance of the game right now. Also, remember that Microsoft requires that any game releasing for Xbox Series X has to be released on Xbox Series S as well, which is a much weaker console. And it has to work with all the features that the version for the stronger console has. The only exception to that case up until today was Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm pretty sure Rockstar doesn't want to have to deal with the backlash of Series S players complaining about the state of the game on their hardware. One other potential reason might actually be GTA Online. I don't think Rockstar can afford releasing the online mode in its full version only after releasing the base game, because they have certain financial expectations based on the online mode for GTA 5. And you might not remember that today, but GTA Online did not launch with GTA 5 immediately. There was a 2-week delay actually, but also the heists that were so heavily promoted only came in 2015, a month before the PC version was rolled out. And at the same time, they need to be sure that the online component in GTA 6 works as intended, because if it's a buggy, laggy mess, people won't be willing to put as much cash on the table. But since we know nothing specific about GTA 6 Online, this is highly speculative, but also highly probable. Now, is this delay at all surprising? Nope, definitely not. Even though Take-Two confirmed multiple times this year that yes, GTA 6 is still releasing in 2025, nobody really believed that this would be the case. There was too much silence since the release of the first trailer in December 2023, and even the reasons for not premiering the second trailer that came recently from Take-Two's CEO sounded like something plausible, but not really ensuring much faith in 2025 release. Here's what Strauss-Zelnick said. The anticipation for that title may be the greatest anticipation I've ever seen for any entertainment property, and I've been around the block a few times. We want to maintain the anticipation and the excitement. We do have competitors who will describe their release schedule for years in advance. We've found that the better thing to do is to provide marketing materials relatively close to the release window in order to create that excitement on the one hand and balance the excitement with the anticipation. So we have Take-Two's CEO saying that they're not releasing the second trailer because they want to publish it relatively close to release window. Obviously, relatively close can mean absolutely everything, but if you consider that it's May and there was still nothing, then delaying the game from 2025 was becoming more and more realistic. Studios always need time to prepare the whole retail process, and Rockstar would not want to start too much work with outside partners too early in order to make sure their plans do not leak in advance. There is the production of marketing materials. Discs with the game have to be made. There's the certification process for consoles, and that's only a fraction of it all. All that couldn't have been done in complete secrecy without something being leaked, so Rockstar couldn't pull off a strategy of we're releasing it next month. Okay, so who is happy about today's announcement of the release date in 2026? Definitely devs who are releasing their games in 2025 and who are contenders for any Game of the Year awards. So that would be Warhorse with their Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and cheers Luke Dale, and that would also be Sandful Interactive with Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Games releasing this year now actually have a chance to get the most prestigious awards without fighting the behemoth with the GTA 6 name tag. And obviously there will be more games and studios like this year because it's only May, and I think Randy Pitchford and company is also happy with Borderlands 4 because they will be able to show nice revenue to Take-Two this year, since Gearbox belongs to the publisher since 2024. One good thing for the players is that all the studios who have been waiting to announce the release dates of their games for 2025 can finally do that without any worry that GTA 6 is coming out this year as well, and they'd need to be really lucky not to pop up right next to Rockstar. Obviously, the announcements might not come immediately, but I would expect that within the next month or two we'll hear much more about specific dates for the rest of the year instead of holidays 2024 or late 2024. Internally, I'm sure people in some studios that were aiming for 2025 have reasons to celebrate today. But that is only one side of the coin. There is going to be a bunch of unhappy people, and there will be huge consequences not only for the studios, but also for us, players. Imagine if you're a studio that planned to release a game in the second quarter of 2026. You have two choices now. First, you push your release even further away and hope that GTA 6 Mania will be done by that time. And obviously, you hope that GTA 6 won't be delayed again. But that might not always be possible because money isn't limitless and maybe you just can't afford to wait any longer. So you need to risk releasing the game in the similar window, and then you can expect smaller sales and interest in your games because people will be buying and playing GTA 6. Obviously, it concerns open world games, but to be honest, not exclusively. Let's hear it from Heiko again.
That will of course have a massive impact on the entire gaming industry and on the release schedule. We've been hearing behind the scenes repeatedly, even with games that have absolutely nothing to do with the genre, that no one, and I mean no one, not even a strategy game or a hardcore simulation, would release 2, 3, 4 weeks near GTA 6. They're steering clear. And so there should now be a sense of relief for some who had planned their release for Q4 in some way, while for others they thought, we'll avoid the competition and release stress-free in the spring. Now they've got a massive problem, not just because the time frame for GTA 6 is right there, but also because, of course, GTA 6 aims to set the new standards and benchmarks for other open-world games out there.
The other way to approach this issue is to hurry up and release the game earlier than you wanted to make sure you're ahead of GTA. But this is also not an ideal scenario. This means crunch for the devs to finish it much faster, and with crunch you not only get your team burning out, and that in itself is bad enough, but this kind of burned out team is more prone to making mistakes. Some bugs might not be fixed because they will lose on importance in the grand scheme of things. Some game-breaking ones might even be omitted by accident because there won't be enough time to do thorough QA testing. This means we might get games released in a worse state than they would come otherwise. And that is because the higher-ups will want the game to come out before the Grim Reaper of Rockstar comes and takes away people's money. With games of this scope, there is no ideal scenario ever, but I'm sure that since Rockstar initially announced the 2025 release date a year and a half ago, studios and publishers were preparing everything for that late 2025 release. Marketing and development plans were made to make sure you work around that release. But now, with the delay, it all goes down the drain, and many teams who thought they were safe now have emergency meetings as you watch this video. Teams behind games like Fable, Perfect Dark, maybe The Blood of Dawnwalker, even Wolverine from Sony could be a victim of upcoming gang wars in Vice City. Actually, if you'd like to know which games are worth waiting for in 2026 and beyond, I have a video on that, and actually the whole thing with the release date of GTA 6 might influence their release dates. Now, to sum things up, I think we as players should be pretty happy with today's date and even with the delay reveal, because the mystery of when GTA 6 will be released is finally gone. Although, to be completely fair, I'm still not 100% convinced that this is the final date for this game. Rockstar tends to delay their games multiple times after the initial announcement, and there is a chance for that with GTA 6 as well. It's not something I'd like to happen, obviously, but I still keep that in the back of my head. After all, just like everybody, I want Rockstar to give me an amazing game, and if I have to wait for it a few months more than what I initially expected, I'm definitely willing to wait. Though if they delay this again, this video can get the updated version next year because the pros and cons will stay the same. What are your thoughts on the release date? Which games do you think are now the biggest winners and the biggest victims of GTA 6 delay? Make sure to drop me a comment. Thank you for watching. Take care.